Episode 160, Meta's vision for personal superintelligence.
The primitive forms of artificial intelligence we already have proved very useful.
AI is a golden opportunity.
How do we ensure that this technology is regulated?
The long arc of technological history is now in an extraordinary new phase.
The AI6 podcast with Joanne Sweeney.
Mark Zuckerberg released a video and letter on July 30th, 2025, sharing Meta's vision for personal superintelligence, a significant shift from the traditional centralised AI approach that most tech companies are pursuing. Hello and welcome back to AI6, the podcast that keeps you on top of all things artificial intelligence without the overwhelm. I'm your host, Joanne Sweeney. As the race for AI dominance continues, Mark Zuckerberg, head of Meta, appeared on my Instagram feed last week and, well, things are getting interesting. He spoke about personal superintelligence. Firstly, what is superintelligence? So it refers to an artificial intelligence that surpasses human intelligence across every domain. Not just maths or memory, but also creativity, decision-making and social reasoning. It's the point at which machines are not just tools, but agents capable of independent thought, continuous self-improvement and solving problems far beyond current human capability. We need to put into context here that there are three broad levels of AI. First, narrow AI, that's what we have now. Systems that can perform specific tasks like translation, image recognition, video editing, writing text, ideating. Better than humans in many cases, but only within those narrow domains. Then we move to general AI. So still kind of hypothetical, where an AI could match human cognitive abilities across all tasks. Then thirdly, we would step into superintelligence, an AI that goes far beyond human intelligence in every aspect, including innovation, strategy, and emotional insight. Now, let's hear from Mark Zuckerberg.
AI keeps accelerating, and over the past few months, we've begun to see glimpses of AI systems improving themselves. So developing superintelligence is now in sight. But there's this big open question about what we should direct superintelligence towards. A lot has been written about the scientific and economic advances that AI can bring, and I'm really optimistic about this. But I think an even more meaningful impact in our lives is going to come from everyone having a personal superintelligence that helps you achieve your goals, create what you want to see in the world, be a better friend, and grow to become the person that you aspire to be. This vision is different from others in the industry who want to direct AI at automating all of the valuable work. At Meta, we believe in putting the power of superintelligence in people's hands to direct it towards what they value in their own lives. Some of this will be about improving productivity, but a lot of it may be more personal in nature.
So the concept of superintelligence raises major questions. Who controls it? What goals will it pursue beyond human input? Can it be safely aligned with human values at all stages of design and implementation and scalability? And how do we ensure it's used to empower people, not replace or dominate us? When Mark Zuckerberg was presenting his speech, which you can find on the Meta blog, and I've linked it in the blog post associated with this podcast, he framed it in a way to talk about personal superintelligence. So giving individuals access to their own AI assistant that knows them deeply and helps them achieve their goals. And that's a contrast to a centralised superintelligence designed to replace human labour at scale. He compares it to historical technological advancements. So 200 years ago, 90% of people were farmers. Most now are free to choose what careers we step into. Technology has increased human productivity, freeing up time for more science and research and innovation, creativity, Relationships well-being, well, that is arguable. And Meta's position on superintelligence, well, Zuckerberg is optimistic that it will accelerate human progress. We must have a conversation if that acceleration is for the public good. He's saying that it will empower us, giving individuals tools to achieve our own goals and aspirations. And their vision ultimately is personal superintelligence for everyone and not centralised control. So if you are a futurist, if you are working in a particular sector, if you're an engineer, if you're a founder, I'd love to hear your views on where you think superintelligence is going to take us in practice in our everyday lives. But also if you have concerns for superintelligence in the wrong hands. And that's always my concerns, because guess what? We can never legislate for what a human will do. Humans have intentions of their own, and sometimes for good, sometimes not. And we can have all the laws in the world, but that's never going to prevent humans making terrible decisions for intentions that are driven by fear, ideology, deception, commercial advantage, whatever the motivation is. But this is definitely a moment that we should note when superintelligence is becoming part of mainstream conversation. That's it for today's episode of AI 6. As always, I'd love you to share this show with a pro that you know. It helps me reach more people. And if you want to come on the podcast as a guest of the long listen at the weekend, just shoot me a DM on LinkedIn. Just search for Joanne Sweeney. This is AI 6. I'll talk to you again tomorrow.